So around 12 months ago, I decided to fully delete all social media, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, all completely gone. And I can't even believe I'm saying this, like 12 months, a whole year of no social media. I used to be so addicted to social media. I would spend 3, 4, even sometimes 5 hours a day just mindlessly scrolling. Today I'm gonna give you basically like an update on my progress with this, like how has it been, like what's been the benefits, has there been any downsides to deleting social media, and what's it been like on my mental health and productivity and stuff like that. So stick around, hopefully you get some value out of this video, and maybe I can persuade you to also delete social media, because spoiler alert, it's been a good thing. Okay, so the first point I want to hammer home to you is I'm just happier than I've ever been. So I've had social media since I was about 14 years old. That's when I got my first phone. I remember I got given like some shitty, like it wasn't even like a Nokia or like any brand that I could even tell you what it was. It was like a terrible phone. It didn't have like internet access or anything. And then I only had that phone for like 6 months. And after that, I got an iPhone 5. And the iPhone 5 is where I first got access to like the internet and social media. So I downloaded all the apps that all my friends in school had, all the popular kids, and they were already on the apps. For years, I was like lagging behind on that. So I got into all these apps, and ever since then, I was addicted. I was just constantly on Instagram, Snapchat. I never really got big into TikTok. I know TikTok's a huge thing now, but I never really enjoyed TikTok, but I really liked Instagram. And since deleting it, not having it all for a year now, I've just been happier, right? I mean, I've always been quite a happy person, to be honest, but this is by far the happiest I've ever been. This year, like in particular, the last 12 months, has been the happiest I've ever been. And I genuinely do think part of the reason why I've been so happy and just feeling good in general about life is because I haven't had social media. Okay, the second like main benefit is I don't suffer with brain fog anymore. So you probably understand when you scroll through social media and you end up in a bit of a doom scroll where you're watching video after video after video, you start to get a bit of a headache. And some people think this is just from looking at a screen for so long. That could be part of it. And I think it's something more scientific than that, where your brain does something called context switching. And this is where every time you look at a video, your brain has to really quickly look at, right, okay, what's the setting? Who are the characters in this video? What scenario are we in? The video might go on for 3 seconds and you watch it and then you scroll straight to the next one and your brain has to restart that whole process again, which involves a lot of brain power. You think you're relaxing, you know, you're chilling out, watching social media, doom scrolling. That's taking up a lot of brain power, and that gives you brain fog. Like your brain is physically fatigued, almost like you trained it at the gym or something. So I don't really suffer with that much anymore. I obviously do suffer from brain fog from other things, you know, it's not completely gone, but it's certainly a lot better than what it was. Okay, the third thing is I no longer get my ideas and thought process polluted by influencers and celebrities and stupid people, right? Like, I'm not subject to seeing the latest controversial issue. I don't watch stuff about like any kind of conflicts in the world. I'm not being blasted with other people's opinions, so I can just form my own opinion on something based on if I'm actually interested to know about that thing. Like everything on social media is geared towards grabbing your attention and like implanting a message into your brain. And I literally know this, I guarantee it, because I work in advertising. My current job, with my 9-to-5 job outside of this YouTube channel, is a digital marketer. So my job is to run adverts on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and run adverts on Google and things like YouTube. Like that's my job. Like you might have watched an ad before this video, like I might have set up the ad, you know what I mean? That's my job. So I don't have to see influencers and people implant their opinions on me and force ideologies or force products like bullshit products, like dropshipping products, down my throat. And point 4 leads on from that is like, I don't get envious of people as much as I used to, because I used to look at influencers like Mike Thurston, like big fitness influencers, big guys who are very muscly, probably on steroids, have like top 0.001% genetic lottery, and they're just like have incredible physique and like fitness, and like that's what I want to be like, right? I am really into the gym, really into fitness, and I want to look like that. And when you're constantly blasted with this like expectation and this standard, like this is what like men look like and this is how much muscle you should have, and you're constantly being blasted with that, it's like you can sometimes feel a bit down about yourself and the way you look. So I'm happy I don't have that in my life either. Okay, point 5 is something that I've seen a huge benefit from, which is you start to get more respect from people at work or your friendship group or girls, right? When you kind of tell people that you're not actually using social media anymore, like, oh, I've deleted Instagram, I've deleted Snapchat, you're gonna have to message me on WhatsApp or something, right? Or text me or ring me. Like at first people might be like, well, why? That's a bit weird. Like, why did you delete it? That makes no sense. But then over the months when they actually realize like, oh, you genuinely don't have this shit, and like people aren't seeing your stories, they're not seeing posts from you, like people don't know what you're doing, you could just be out in the wilderness like doing your own shit. People start to become curious and people start thinking about what you could be doing, and you kind of just get a bit more respect for people because they know, like a lot of people know, like you probably know, I know, that when you just sat scrolling through TikTok, you kind of feel a little bit shit about yourself, right? You feel like this is kind of pointless, like what am I doing right now? I'm just sitting on TikTok, like getting brain fog. When you feel like that about yourself, but then you know there's someone out there who doesn't have any of them apps, they just took the hard decision and just think, you know, I'm just gonna delete it. Like it is a difficult decision, you know what I mean? And it's like, when you know someone who's taken that decision, you kind of have a bit more respect for them. And the last point I'll give you is I have way more control over what I do in the day. Like I have control over my time, control over my actions. When you have social media, it's very difficult to not be like tempted to just go on it, like in your spare time when you're on the toilet or when you're just doing nothing, to just scroll. And when you don't have that temptation anymore, you just have like this weird peaceful control over your body, and you kind of feel quite proud that you're like, I can decide what I'm going to do right now. Like I'm going to do some work and be productive, and then I'm going to go outside and go for a nice walk, and then I'm going to go train at the gym, and then I'm going to go cook some food, and then I'm going to go see this friend or something and have a chat. Like you have this control rather than sort of letting your phone dictate your day. Because when I had social media, I kind of used to just go to work, come home, and then pull up my phone, you know, open up Instagram, and then I'd kind of just be sat there on Instagram for like an hour without necessarily wanting to have done that. Like I didn't plan to do that. I just did that because I was just so used to being on social media. And those are the main benefits of quitting social media. Again, I've not had it for 12 months now. I do not miss it. I would not download social media again. I'm not interested in it. It's pointless. And I just urge you, if you're gonna get anything out of this video, hopefully, maybe I've persuaded you to think about doing the same thing. Take it in stages. I'd probably delete TikTok as a priority because I think that's the worst one, then Instagram, then Snapchat. Maybe do it like that. Right, well, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you got some value out of it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.